Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Abby with Abby Reviews, and this is going to be my review for the Bling Empire Season 1, Episode 4. Last we left off, that damn Kelly showed her ass at Anna's house with the stupid boy that she was, hairdresser dude she was with. Now, we need to see the fallout, because Kevin rightfully asked, were you raised by wolves? And we need an answer. Because clearly she was, because she's throwing drinks now. Let's get into the drama. So the episode starts with Christine, Kane, Kelly, and her mama are having lunch, and they invite a fortune teller. And the fortune teller tells their fortune. He tells Kane that he's going to be successful and be a boss. He tells Christine that not only will she have one more child, she's going to have 5 more. Child, baby. Then she tells Kelly, if you have doubts about your relationship, you can get out of it. There are more men out there. And then they talk about Mama. And Mama says she thinks Andrew is a nice person, but she thinks that for a husband, you need to have your basic, be able to provide the basics and have your financial basics be secured. And she was like, I don't know what his financial situation is. And Kelly is like, it's not good. T. Girl, that's not funny. That's not funny. Break up with him, girl. Before we even get to this, because she getting on my nerves already. So Kane rents out this bowling alley. They gonna have a ponderosa about this Anna and Kim shit. Anna still thinks that she hasn't done anything wrong. Kevin is like, I'm not gonna be smiling up in this bitch's face like it's all cute, because she was super disrespectful when she went into this woman's house, and she needs to apologize. And I'm not taking it back. And so Anna arrives, and Guy immediately goes up to Anna and apologizes. He said, I was trying to be funny. It wasn't funny. I shouldn't have done it, and I'm sorry. And she was like, thank you. That's all she really needed. Now, she was like, have you had a chance to talk to Kim? And she's like, no. She's like, bring her over. And now they about to have a talk. And if this bitch don't apologize and act like she got some fucking home training, I swear to God. Because now I'm pissed. So you mean to tell me that this spoiled ass bratty little girl invaded this woman's privacy at her home, had that boy throw a personal item of hers out her window onto the lawn in front of her guests, and she's acting like she doesn't understand what it is that she did wrong, and like everybody is like ganging up on her, and she the only one right and everybody else is wrong about this, and then y'all just gonna let this shit go. I wish the fuck I'd have knocked that bitch's block off right there in that goddamn bowling alley. What is wrong with you? Again, I'm back to Kevin's question. Who raised you? Who raised you not to have home training and manners? Where your mama at? Because I kind of love Christine and Dr. Chu's relationship. They sat out and have a conversation again about having more children. And it came out that Christine took a lot of ridicule over the last 10 years about why she couldn't have a baby, why she couldn't get pregnant, blah, 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 and took the brunt of it like it was her fault. And it turns out it was not her fault. She wasn't the one having the health issues. It was her husband. And she bore the brunt for 10 years of them not being able to have a baby, from all the ridicule from his parents and family. And it wasn't even her issue. So, with that being said, Dr. Chu said, I wish I had stepped up more for you and protected you as a husband. I was just as bad for ignoring everything that they were saying and doing to you, knowing that the issue was mine and not yours, and allowing you to take all the darts for us. So therefore, we can put having more children on the back burner, or take it off the stove completely if that's what you want. Because with you and Baby G, I feel our family is complete. We could be more fulfilled, but if that's not what you want and that's not what would make you happy, then I don't want to do it. So I don't think they're going to be having any more children. So First, Kevin came over to Kane's house to go over he did an ancestry DNA test, and he found out he's 77% Korean, and he feels like he needs to learn more about his culture. We then go to Kelly and Andrew. Andrew has dreams of being in the music business. He produces, I don't know, he's a manager, something, child of some producers and some artists. And so they're in the studio, and Kelly's in the studio, and he dismisses everybody. He's like, can we take a soft 10? And then he wants to go into the conversation with Kelly about him overhearing them talking about what happened in Paris. And they get into another altercation, and you can see him visibly trying not to flip the fuck out on her because there are cameras in the room. I feel like if there were no cameras in the room, he would have hit her. That was the energy that it was giving off. It's like he wanted to flip the fuck out, but there was a camera smack dab in his face. And she took the opportunity. She knew when to get away. And she said, when you get like this, that's when I disengaged it. And she got up and got in her car and drove away. But you could tell that this is going to be continued when they get home and there's no cameras. And I don't think it's going to be a good time. Right here. So, Kane, Kim, and Kevin are having lunch. Kevin pays off his bet of the shoes. And he talks to them about taking this information from his DNA test and finding his birth parents, and how his grandfather gave him, what his parents were broken up, and his grandfather was taking care of him, and he didn't think it was fair, and to give him a better life, he gave him up for adoption. So it wasn't even his mom and dad who gave him up, it was his grandfather. And he discussed how he's going to talk to his adoptive mom about it when she comes to visit, because he feels like, in essence, it feels like a betrayal for him to try and find his parents after his adoptive parents have done nothing but love and care for him his entire life. We'll see how that goes. Before we get to Kevin and his mama. Oh, dear God. Okay, so Kelly and Andrew went back to the counselor. And so you can tell Kelly is stressed to the max. And she is just done. She's done. She's done with this cycle of abuse that's happening with this young man. She's just done. She doesn't want to do it anymore. And he just keeps thinking that they're going to power through it and love each other and get back together. And that is not what is happening. To the point where she had to make a plan. She's packing up her stuff and moving out for a week so he can get all his shit and get out. And then she will move back into her home without him being there. Child, I feel like this should not happen with her by herself. Definitely I feel like there should be people there to keep them separated while she goes to pack her bags and safely remove herself from the house so that he can be in the house by himself to get his things. I don't think there should be they both go back to the house and she packs up and then she leaves, because I feel like the situation would escalate and possibly get physical. That's what that says to me. So Kevin talked to his mama about finding his birth parents, and his mama, being the lovely woman that she is, she was like, I would want to know. He's like, really? She wasn't upset. She gave her blessing. She was like, I want them to see the fine man that we raised. I would love to see them when they put their eyes on you, to see what a kind, loving, gentle, good man that you are, that we raised to be a fine man. I said, oh, that's so sweet. And they shared a little tear. Oh, it's so sweet. Okay, so Kevin had a dinner party celebrating his 1 year in California. He invited everybody. Everyone was able to show up except Kane, because Kane was sick. Kelly showed up and made the announcement that she is officially single, which made Kevin very happy. Anna and Kelly had a little talk, and she was just like, you just have one life to live. This is not a dress rehearsal. Be happy. Don't let that drag you down. And Kevin made a beautiful speech at the end, talk about friendship and supporting each other and all that good stuff. And that's how the episode ended. Final thoughts. Okay, so this was a good episode. I'm still a little pissed off that Kim got let off the hook for her rudeness and her disrespectful behavior at Anna's house. But I feel like they're just gonna let bygones be good. I just don't understand. I just don't get it. Especially with her not acknowledging her being wrong in any way, shape, or form behind what she did. Like she doesn't even acknowledge the fact that she was dead ass wrong. But if they gonna let it go, I'ma let it go. I am enjoying this series immensely. Jump down in the comments. Let's talk about it. Let's drag Kim by her nostrils if you want to. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a kin. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.